Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for another video. And you know what it's time for based on the title. It's going to be another COMC Rummage video. So pulled 15 singles here from the giant backlog of cards that I've purchased on COMC in the recent past. These all came in within the last year, more recent orders. You can tell because they have the white paper insert here that's used for inventory. And as usual, we're going to run the gamut here, all kinds of different sports and vintage, modern, shiny, you name it. So let's start off with a 3D card. And you saw this one on top of the stack. This is from the 1995 UC3 set from Sportflix, Hideo Nomo. It's a rookie card. Very busy, very 90s design there. Not entirely sure what's going on, but I love this set. Big fan of UC3. They were kind of like, I seem to remember them as being like a high-end card back in the day. You know, keep in mind I was probably 12 when this came out in the summer of 95. So take that with a grain of salt, but love that Nomo and do really appreciate and still remember what a big deal he was when he burst onto the scene in the mid-90s. If you weren't collecting at the time, it's kind of hard to articulate it now, but he was definitely a force to be reckoned with in the hobby when he debuted, and was happy to pull any of his cards back in the day. And that one was available for dirt cheap nowadays. From there, we'll go to a Hall of Fame rookie card. Here's the great Jaromir Jagr sporting his awesome mullet on this #1 draft pick card out of the first ever Upper Deck hockey set all the way back in 1990. Jagr would go on to become one of the premier scorers in the history of the league and one of the best players ever to lace up skates. I already have that one in my Upper Deck complete set from 1990, and also have a graded version or two, but found that out there for like $1, and hard to turn down one of the greatest or most important hockey rookies at that price point, so snagged another one. We'll move on now to another 3D card to complement that Nomo. This one is from the Topps On Demand 3D set that's come out every year since 2018. I've shown a bunch of these on the channel, but check out this Andrew Benintendi in front of the Green Monster. So I'm not a big Benintendi fan at all, but I picked this one just because of the image being so cool. And you can really see, like if you follow the number 0 here behind him, you can really see the 3D effect nicely on this particular card, even on video. Just a really, really cool single. Total sucker for those. So that's the latest of those 3Ds to be picked up. Here's one for the Xander Bogaerts Z Folio here. This is a Topps Chrome Sapphire card from the 2020 release. I'm working on a complete run of Bogaerts Sapphire in that Z Folio, and I think this takes me all the way up to 2020. May or may not need to track down a 2021 Sapphire. I can't remember if I've picked one up or not yet, but this will get added right into that Z after the video today. To go along with Bogaerts, one of my other favorite current Red Sox players, Rafi Devers. Not going to talk long about this one because I've shown it off many times before, but yet another copy of his plain old Topps rookie card. Working on a full page of these in a Z Folio that I have some Devers stuff in. And for the longest time, I don't know if it's still the case, but you could get these for like $2. And I know they printed a lot of this, and I get it. And I know Devers doesn't get the hobby love that he should, but crazy for me to me that that's like a $2 card. So I've picked up quite a few of those over time, and that's the latest copy. From there, we're going to transition into a couple of buybacks. So I did an episode recently that was solely covering buybacks, and I have another one coming up soon. But in the interim, I have just 2 today that came in this COMC Rummage. We've got Bud Zipfel of the Washington Senators. Love this one because it's a heritage buyback. Box topper, which is my favorite type of buyback, that 50th anniversary stamp. And also I'm a big fan of teams that no longer exist, and obviously that's the case for the Washington Senators. So pretty cool one there. And we'll have to see if this one makes the Frankenset at card number 69. And the other buyback is for a different project I'm working on. I'm working on completing, or trying to, I don't think it's even possible, complete 1990 Topps set, all in buyback format. And today I have a pretty big name to add to the list. Was able to track down one of the Hall of Famers from the release, Andre Dawson. with the Chicago Cubs. This is the 2017 Rediscover Topps buyback, which is what most of my 90 Topps buybacks are. They didn't really get into doing 90 and later buybacks until that 2017 program for the most part. Handful in 2016, but really happy to have this one. Of course, Andre was a big deal at the time, so he gets a number that's an even 10, number 140 there. I'll definitely need this one for that 1990 buyback set Pursuit, and we'll happily be sliding that one into slot 140 in that binder at the conclusion of filming this video. So pumped about that Dawson. Back to the shine for a minute here. This is a nice Roy Halladay from 2012 Topps Chrome. This is the orange refractor. And of course, Halladay tragically passed away in a plane crash, I think a couple of years ago now or longer, but was a force to be reckoned with back in the day. He is enshrined, and this is just a cool chrome refractor. I can't seem to say no to those. If you've watched my channel with any frequency, that's not going to come as a surprise to you. Do have a basketball card here, even though I don't really collect the sport. This is heading into the basketball Z Folio. Love this 92-93 Fleer Ultra Alonzo Mourning rookie card. I've talked plenty of times in videos and even recently about what a big deal this foil rookie banner was back in the day, and happy to have this one. I'm going to put this aside, the Shaq rookie that I have from the same set in that Z Folio. So I thought that was a cool pickup there, and that was honestly less than $1. I think it was like 70 cents or something like that. So had to scoop that up at that price. Here's a hockey card. I've talked about these before. These are E-Pack exclusive rainbow color wheel parallels out of O-Pee-Chee Platinum. And I believe this is the first ever year that they did these parallels. I'm going to take a look to confirm here. Yeah, this is a 2016-17 O-Pee-Chee Platinum rainbow color wheel. You can see here. So this is the first rainbow color wheel parallel for Leon Draisaitl, who's criminally underrated in the realm of hockey. So happily snatched that one up. Trying to get a lot of different players that I like on these rainbow color wheel parallels over the years. They're just really nice looking if you like the shine and some varied color in your collection. Next up, we have the second Sapphire card in today's video. All-Star Game card here of Mr. Clayton Kershaw. Not a lot of backstory behind this one, just he's someone that I think is sort of underrepresented in my collection, sadly. You just can't collect everybody if you don't have an unlimited budget, and Kershaw is someone I haven't really added a lot of cardboard of over the years, although I do agree that he's one of the premier pitchers of the 21st century, so this was hanging out there for like 75 cents, and I just thought it was kind of a cool, cheap addition to Kershaw PC, and I like how the Sapphire looks on Dodgers cards, of course. Got that nice matching blue. I've got a soccer card here as we wind down towards the end. This is a guy who I watched in the Premier League for many years with Manchester City. I believe he's now retired. This is from the 2020 Premier League Prism release, and it's a pretty wild, colorful parallel here of Sergio Aguero. Dude was a beast back in his heyday. Did miss some games late in his career with injury, as a lot of guys do, and kind of got slowly phased out of the lineup, but going all the way back to even like 10 years ago, and more recently than that, he was just a monster in the Premier League. Loved watching this guy do his thing. It was hard not to root for him. He was just an amazing scorer, and this is one that'll be going right into my Soccer Z Folio. I have a little page in there for Aguero cards. Just 3 left here, and we'll call it a day. They're from 3 different sports. We're going to start with football first. Again, just like basketball, I don't really collect the sport, but I will be putting this nice, shiny Johnny Unitas card here into my Football Z Folio. Don't have a lot of vintage Unitas, so it did get a shiny one here, which is kind of the next best thing. And a lot of that Football Z Folio is shiny cards like that, so that one will fit in nicely. And again, like all the cards in today's video, was available for very, very cheap coin. I don't think there's anything in this installment that set me back more than $1 or $2. Maybe that Andre Dawson buyback could have been maybe $3 or $4, but all right. Closing it out here with 2 from my local favorite teams, 1 baseball and 1 hockey. We're going to start with the hockey one. Saw this card. I had no idea this existed. Features my beloved Hartford Whalers, who folded up shop, man, about 25 years ago now. But look at the photo on this Gordie Howe at a press conference there. when he announces that his retirement with the Whalers logo in the background. Love it. And then we finish off with a vintage Bowman from 1951. Red Sox card here, Mr. Billy Goodman. Love me some 50s Bowman, and happy to have that one. So we're going to call it there. Did this in about 10 minutes, not too bad for 15 cards. Really appreciate you, as always, stopping by to check these out here on the channel. Hope you're enjoying the hobby, and I'll be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care.